Hey girl, are you good? Hi, I'm the girl with the list, and this is reason 282 why I'm not having kids. This is terrifying, but I also want to acknowledge it's also like really fucking cool. But it's terrifying, and I'm sorry this is happening to you, but also you look really fucking awesome. What's actually horrifying about this is that she says it's coming from morning sickness. It's from morning sickness. She popped the blood vessels in her eyes from throwing up too much. This has got to be one of the worst cases of morning sickness I've ever seen. I just know you got it bad, girl. I have seen this happen before with women who pushed too hard when delivering their baby, and that is equally terrifying, but I've never seen it from somebody just from morning sickness. She did say it's not painful, which is good, but it does sometimes feel like there's hair in her eyes, which is a really uncomfortable feeling to be having all the time, and would definitely want to make me like rub my eyes, which I feel like is a really bad idea. I've typed it up. This is now on the list. Thank you so much for your contribution. The list is available on Substack. You can read it in its fullness. Follow me on other platforms in case this app goes away. Also, my analytics show me that 15 million of you regularly watch my videos. If you watch my videos but you haven't followed yet, it would mean the world to me if I could hit 1 million followers before this app goes away forever. Thank you. Take your birth control.
Your skin can turn blue when you're pregnant. You can grow teeth in your ovary and hair and eyeballs. Hair can fall out in clumps.
I genuinely don't know where to start with this video. We're just gonna go through these one by one and add them to the list. Starting with that first one, this is Vicky Colin, and when she was 5 months pregnant, she became addicted to eating the sofa cushion in her armchair. They even had her on the news, and they brought the chair for her to sit in while they did the interview. I feel like they did her dirty with that. Look how destroyed it is.
Brother,
And we are adding it to the list. Number 2, it is possible for your hair to turn white or get noticeably lighter during pregnancy. Hormonal changes such as a surge in estrogen can impact the melanin production in your hair follicles. This is a big one for me because I hit the lottery with this and there is nothing you could get me to do to risk it. Reason 275. Next one she mentioned was that your skin can turn blue, and this is something that is already on the list. It's called chromhidrosis. It's commonly associated with pregnancy but not the only cause for it, and it's actually your sweat that turns colors, not necessarily your skin. Blue is the most common color, but you can also turn green, yellow, brown, and even black. The next one she mentioned was growing teeth, hair, and eyeballs in the ovaries. Unfortunately, this is true. It's called a dermoid cyst, and it's a type of ovarian tumor that can contain mature tissue, essentially forming a mini body within the ovary. The worst part about this one is that you don't have to be pregnant to get one. You could have one right now and you wouldn't know it. I would highly recommend not looking up pictures. We are moving on. Reason 277, your voice can change. Hormonal changes, swollen vocal cords, and pressure of the uterus on the diaphragm can all contribute to your voice changing. Apparently, Kristen Bell was pregnant while they were making Frozen, and she had to re-record a bunch of her lines after she gave birth because it was a noticeable difference. The next one that she mentioned was that your tongue can get black and furry.
Your tongue can turn black and furry.
I wanted this to be true so bad, but it's not. It is a real condition, but it is not caused by pregnancy. It's caused by things like poor oral hygiene, tobacco use, antibiotics. Mentioned a few more things that were already on the list. The last one that she got to was that your placenta can grow tentacles, and to me that deserves its own video, so come back tomorrow. Don't forget to take your birth control.
Sometimes your placenta can grow tentacles.
Do I even want to know? My search history is going to get me on some sort of watch list. This is a sucenturiate placenta, a rare placental abnormality where one or more accessory lobes develop separately from the main placenta. It's super rare, but apparently you're more at risk for it if you've had any sort of previous uterine surgery, like a C-section. Because the placenta is so complex, any sort of abnormality within the placenta can be serious. It can lead to complicated labor, postpartum hemorrhaging, and infection. Anything that could put me within 10 feet of a hospital is going on my list. Take your birth control.
I'm Sarah, and my 2-year-old cut and super glued my hair at 3 o'clock in the morning while I was asleep.
Hi, I'm the girl with the list. I've seen the bat signal, and this is reason 281 why I'm not having kids. This saga has been going down for a couple of weeks now, starting with this video, which got over 8 million views, showing how Sarah's kid not only cut her hair, but got super glue and a mascara wand all stuck up in it. The super glue and mascara was literally stuck in her hair for days. This is not the first time I've done a video about a kid who got into the glue and did something disastrous with it, but this is definitely the worst one I've ever seen. And I understand why she's panicking panicking, because if I went to bed one night with healthy, luscious hair and then woke up the next morning looking like this, that would stress anyone out. I just don't know how any of you parents are getting any sort of peaceful rest knowing that every time you go to sleep, a disaster of this size is always possible. Something like this would be enough for me to literally never close my eyes again. It's going on the list. Sarah did post an update and her new extensions look amazing. The hairstylist truly worked a miracle. The entire list is available to read on Substack. Don't forget to follow me on other apps in case this app goes away. Take your birth control. My face when my entire labia flew off during birth. My face when the placenta was twice as big as my baby and pulled everything out with it. My face when they told me they put a silicone medical balloon inside me to stop the bleeding. I'm allergic to silicone. The anesthesiologist's face after hearing a loud pop while a student anesthesiologist was giving me my epidural. There were like 15 of these stories that went viral in the past week that I got tagged in. A whole bunch of new reasons not to have kids. So I took the opportunity, instead of replying to them one by one, to make them into a YouTube video. I have a YouTube video. It's up, it's live, it's responding to all the things you tagged me in the past week. I worked really hard on it, as you may or may not have seen. I was crying about it yesterday. So go watch it for your daily dose of free birth control.
My kid shoved 11 crayons down the bathroom sink.
I'm tired. I'm the girl with the list, and this is reason 283 why I'm not having kids. This might be a hot take, but I genuinely feel like the holidays are the best time not to have kids. I'm so exhausted. The sun goes down at 4 p.m. Elon Musk controls the government. At this time of year, you're lucky if I leave my house. I'm not exaggerating when I say that 11 crayons down my bathroom sink would put me over the edge. To everyone out there creating Christmas magic for your children, setting up Elf on the Shelf every day, baking cookies, buying presents that your toddlers will probably break within the week. I don't know how you do it.
Here are 4 out of the 11 crayons.
Just one crayon would probably be enough to send me into a stress-induced coma. If I'm being honest, that sink would go unrepaired for weeks. Like, I probably just wouldn't do anything about it, and you'd call me the 11 crayons mom instead of the 17 diapers mom. At this point of the year, I've given up. I'm taking my birth control and thanking my lucky stars for another year of peace and quiet, and no crayons down my sink. I've lost my will to live. New reason not to have kids just dropped. As of January 1st of this year, through the next 20 years, if you have a baby, it's gonna be Generation Beta. Ew. And Gen Z, we're gonna be known as the parents of Gen Beta. You know how Gen Alpha, they're all iPad kids, and we blame that on the millennials and millennials parenting? Whatever is wrong with Generation Beta is gonna be Gen Z's fault. Not my fault, of course. I am absolved. Whatever is wrong with Generation Beta, you can't pin that on me. And mark my words, there will be something wrong with Gen Beta. Generation Alpha has Skibbity Toilet. Gen Beta is gonna have something infinitely worse. 8-9 years from now, they will come out with something that is so disturbing, even Gen Alpha, the Skibbity Toilet Cocomelon babies, won't want to touch it. Again, not my fault. I will not be charged for the crimes of my generation. Good luck. Good luck. I took my birth control, and so should you. I was gone for like a week over the holidays, took a little break from the internet. I took a break, the mommy vloggers did not. They were posting things like this: your daily dose of baby fever. Baby fever always runs rampant this time of year, which means I have to work overtime to combat it. So here are the top 10 best baby fever cures that I got tagged in over the past week. Number 10 was this trend of women showing what they looked like before pregnancy and during pregnancy. A lot of it had to do with pregnancy nose and just the amount of swelling that can happen when you're pregnant. Spoiler alert, it's a lot. And some of these women end up looking like they had reverse nose jobs. This was number 9, and this one had my jaw on the floor because I truly cannot comprehend what is going on in there to make a pregnant belly look like that. You might want to get that one checked out, girl. You might be pregnant with a chill guy. Let's move on to number 8.
We need to talk about this newborn thing. The absolute rancid smell that is newborn hands. Get what's inside. And it smells.
I feel like I'm always hearing moms talk about that like fresh, powdery newborn smell that they're all kind of addicted to. I don't buy it, and this video confirms it. Those babies are stinky. That's gross. Want to know the secret ingredient to my Christmas cookies? This is what they mean when they say you can't eat at everybody's house. Those need to go straight into the trash. I hope you're not feeding Santa with those cookies. The North Pole can't handle another tuberculosis outbreak. But you know what? I would take tuberculosis in my cookies over whatever the hell is happening in this next video. I think I know where the is. If I was Santa, I would not be asking for milk and cookies anymore. Moving on to the top 5.
We were seeing Craniopagus. This is a gnarly one because it is 2 babies sharing just one head. Proof that twinning is not always winning.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Is a fetus a parasite?
I mean, we knew that already, didn't we? I voted yes before I even watched the rest of the video. Literally, the definition of parasite is an organism that lives on or inside another organism called a host and gets its nutrients from it. So, yes. And that'll bring us to our top 3. Make sure to follow me if you're not already.
Mother called because she was breastfeeding her baby and it bit off her nipple and swallowed it.
It swallowed it? Like 2 years ago, I did a video about a mom whose baby bit off her nipple and she had to get it reattached. If the baby swallows it, there's no hope of ever getting it back. Suddenly, these are a choking hazard. Really dislike that one. Moving on to number 2. Only gonna show a few seconds of this one because it is quite disturbing. This one was a tough watch. You all know how I feel about epidurals. I've made countless videos on it, and yet not having an epidural still seems worse. Suddenly, the giant needle that might leave you paralyzed doesn't seem so bad. That brings me to number 1. This one took the cake for me.
We were just having a nice drawing session, and he just stabbed me in the fucking eye.
Love how he spawns into the frame. So innocent, and yet so deadly. Thank you so much for all the tags. I hope none of you got pregnant in the last 6 days while I was taking a break. I have one goal for 2025, and that is stay unpregnant. Take your birth control.
Hugh has no diaper on. He's sleeping on the floor, no diaper. I'm like, it smells like poop.
I've been summoned. Hi, I'm the girl with the list, and this is reason 285 why I'm not having kids. I may not have kids myself, but I know enough about parenthood at this point that I know that a search for a missing turd never ends well. If you're smelling it and you're not seeing it, it could be anywhere. It's like the world's most demented Easter egg hunt, except the prize at the end isn't candy. It could be in the vents, could be under a rug, on the wall. I've seen it all. What comes next in this video is something I was not prepared for.
We found the poop.
Now I never! He is snuggling that thing like his life depends on it. Like it's the only thing keeping him on this earth. He's holding on to it like it's a precious childhood memento. And the worst part of all this is he's got his face right in it. How do you fall asleep with your nose right next to it? And how did he get there in the first place? I'm asking too many questions. I don't want to know. It's going on the list so that I can confidently say that I will never spend 10 precious minutes of my life searching for a turd that is nowhere to be seen, only to find it snuggled in the hands of my offspring. You can find the full list in its entirety on Substack. Don't forget to follow me on other apps in case this app goes away. Take your birth control.
You want to know something terrible they don't tell you before you have a baby?
Hi, I'm the girl with the list, and I'm the one who's going to tell you about these things before you have a baby, so you can decide if you actually want one or not. And this is reason 286 why I'm not having kids.
Babies need to eat every 2 to 3 hours minimum, around the clock, including at night. Even if your baby is being fed in a bottle, if you want to also breastfeed, you have to also pump at that time to keep up your milk supply.
I am not cut out to be a mother. I do not want to describe to you the person that I become if I don't get my 8 hours of sleep. I'm having an issue right now where my cat, Beelzebub, not this one right here, she's an angel, he has figured out how to wake me up every single morning at 4 a.m. on the dot. And because of this, I've been in the most horrid of moods for the past 3 or 4 days. I personally do not think I would survive the experience of getting up every 2 to 3 hours to breastfeed a baby. Like she said, you have to get up every 2 to 3 hours, even if you have a partner who's willing to help. But it gets worse.
Baby needs to feed
feed every 2 to 3 hours. The thing that nobody tells you, they start the clock from when the baby starts eating. Babies take like a half hour, 40 minutes to feed. Then you need to burp them. Then you probably need to change them. By the time that all said and done, an hour has gone by. It's like a full-time job.
You're not just getting up every 2 to 3 hours. You're also staying up for at least an hour every single time. I genuinely don't know how parents are dealing with a situation like that. I am not cut out for something like that. Take your birth control. When your baby is kicking so hard on the inside, it's leaving bruises on the outside. Absolutely nothing could have prepared me for this. Hi, I'm the girl with the list. I thought we might leave these pregnancy rumors in 2024, but 50,000 people liked this comment, which means there are now 50,000 more people who think I'm pregnant, and this is reason 284 why I'm not having kids. Ever. Babies are not beating the alien allegations in 2025 because that baby is out to get you. Girl, I'm genuinely scared for you. I think that baby is trying to get out. That baby's going to be a natural escape artist. Forget cribs, forget playpens. You're gonna need a baby straitjacket. I saw another video recently that was showing that babies that kick a lot in the womb tend to kick a lot outside of the womb as well. This is not the last bruise you're gonna be getting from this jailbreak baby. That baby is coming out swinging. Getting a bruise that size from something that is injuring you from the inside of your body over and over and over again in the same spot is genuinely disturbing to me. That's going on the list. Take your birth control. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm so nervous. Ever since she had her last baby, her hormones, I feel like, have been all over the place, and she's starting to grow like a beard. It was after I had my second child that I noticed all of this facial hair growing. You guys are the first people that are seeing me like this. If I shave at 7 in the morning, by noon, you can see it coming back.
This comment looking for the girl with the list got 80,000 likes. Well, I'm here, and this is reason 280 on my list of reasons not to have kids. So what this woman ended up being diagnosed with is something called hirsutism. It's a condition that causes women to grow thick, coarse body hair in places that they normally don't grow hair, like their face, their chest, and their back. This is basically what happens to your body when your ovaries are producing too much testosterone. This is a result of hormonal disorders such as PCOS. In compiling this list, there is one thing that has been made very clear to me, and it's that pregnancy causes havoc on your hormones. There are so many changes that your body goes through during pregnancy, so many things that can happen to your body afterwards, including growing a beard. I wonder if my beard would be red. I'm sorry, but that would actually make me crash out. If I had a 3-year-old singing a little song about my biggest insecurity, shut up, man. She mentioned that she had been to multiple male doctors and they all said, you're fine, it's nothing, you'll be fine, it'll go away. It took her years to find a female doctor who was willing to listen to her and understand why this was such a big insecurity for her and give her access to the gender-affirming care that she needed. The beard that she was growing was making it difficult for her to feel feminine. And it's not just the beard. Other symptoms of hirsutism include acne, deeper voice, and decreased breast size. She needed hormone blockers and laser hair removal in order to feel like herself again.
Not only do I have a plethora of hair growing on my face, but the hair on my head, which used to be super long and thick, it's gone.
If I was growing hair in places that I didn't want to grow hair and losing all my hair in the places that I did want hair, way to add insult to injury. It is truly wild the things that pregnancy can do to your body. But guess what the #1 treatment for hirsutism is? Taking your birth control. So go do that if you haven't today, and I'll see you tomorrow.